Softball fans, we're sitting here with Buckeye head coach Justin Kees. Coach, welcome aboard.
Well, thank you for having me.
Look, this is you don't ever want to get comfortable at something, but this is another trip down to the semifinals for you.
Yeah, it's not an easy task every year. We set our goal to get to Sulphur. We never set our goal to win a state championship. Our goal is to get to Sulphur. Once you get there, anything can happen. We don't want to take it lightly. This is something that's very hard to do, very hard to come by. But we're trying to build a legacy out there and just try to add to it this year.
What do you think the experience of a lot of those young ladies, especially Olivia out there, carries into this?
Oh, it means a lot of that pressure. We got of our 9 starters that we'll put out there, 8 of those started last year in Sulphur for both games, and even our catchers had some experience in Sulphur last year. So these kids have a lot. There's probably 6 or 7 of them that have started in all 3 years in a row that we've been to Sulphur. So they know the experience. They know the pressure they're under. They know what to expect down there, which I think kind of plays into our advantage.
I think it does because the nerves aren't necessarily on your ladies going down there because they're not going to try to knock off the defending 2-time state champions.
Yeah, we just treat it as another game. We're in a different venue than we're not playing at home. That's the only thing that's different. But we've had a lot of pressure-filled games this year, and we prepared our ladies. And they know it's just it's another game on the schedule. They just got to go out there and do what they need to do to compete to give themselves the best chance. And I think we should have a good shot.
You talk about it not being a home game, but it's almost like Omaha for the Tigers. It's kind of like a home game in May.
I told somebody that the other day. Is when the LSU goes to Omaha, it's like Buckeye going to Sulphur. The people in Sulphur love it. We pack the house. We pack every restaurant around there. We bring thousands of people down there. There's going to be a lot of blue shirts at Field 17 tomorrow. It gets kind of intense. It gets kind of loud. Would be a polite way to put it, which is a good thing.
Look, that Buckeye fan base is as rabid as one that you will find. There's 2 things. One, they love their softball, but they know their softball too. They know their sports. And when you have intelligent fans that are down there cheering at the right moments, that's even better.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They support us. They'll travel. If we were playing in Alaska tomorrow, they'd have hotels booked and figure out where the best restaurant was, and if anybody was having crawfish. That's the main thing that my parents make sure they had somewhere with live music and crawfish to go to before the game. So they travel well. The community will be there. They shut the lights off in DeVille this weekend. I can tell you that there won't be nobody there.
Look, there's no doubt about it. You've got your Lady Panthers atop the rankings again. Have been there, I guess, all year long, and it's not an easy ascent to that level either. You've played Calvary, you've played Sterlington, who are nationally ranked teams, and went toe to toe with them.
Yeah, we've had, like I said, we've had a tough schedule. We hadn't started the season off. We played North DeSoto into an 8-5 ball game. With them, with runners in scoring position, 6th and 7th inning, with a chance to tie it and or take the lead, and they made plays. That's why they're one of the best teams in the nation. Also, we had Calvary 0-0 through 6, and but that's why they got an Arkansas signee, Northwestern signee, the top of the lineup. They made plays and got past there, and we had Sterlington 1-1 through 5, and they're, like I said, they're nationally ranked too. But we've played top teams, Tioga. We've played some really good teams, Pineville across the board. Pineville's in Sulphur this weekend. So we've had a good schedule. We've run through the ringer.
How important is it for this area? Because the talent is so good in Central Louisiana. And we've talked to Coach Roberts out at LCU, Coach Partridge out at LSUA about the talent level here in Central Louisiana. How important is it for these teams to play each other?
Oh, these kids grow up together. They play Little League. They play travel ball together. They know each other. Central Louisiana has a deep pool when it comes to softball that you don't
Right.
really see in a lot of other areas. You go to Shreveport, you got Calvary, North DeSoto, and stuff like that. And you go to Monroe, you got a few teams there with Sterlington, West Washita, West Monroe. But you come here, you got 7, 8, 9 teams that are almost guaranteed to be in Sulphur every year because of the pool of players that they get, and it's because of how rich this community is, this Central Louisiana community is with softball, and you just don't see that around the state.
Indeed. Talk to us a little bit about your pitcher, Olivia Henry.
Liv is a outstanding player. She's a better person. She's a 4.0 kid, 30, 31 ACT kid. But when the lights are the brightest and the crowds are the biggest is where she shows up. She wants the ball in the biggest games. She wants to face the toughest competition. She's gone to Sulphur the last 2 years and is 4-0 in those ball games. Tournament MVP, but she's also not just a leader in the circle. She leads offensively. She's been our 3-hole hitter for 4 years now.
Right.
And she's not going to be a hitter that's going to hit a ton of home runs or anything like that. She might only have 3, 4 in her career, but she's going to be hitting outside pitch opposite way. She's going to be able to hit a ground ball with 2 outs up the middle. If you got a runner at third and you need a run in, she's going to choke up and make the play. And that means a lot in this lineup. And those kids play hard for her because of all the stuff that she does. Those defense behind her 8 ladies that play behind her, they play hard because of what she does all around.
Well, you've seen that too. You go up, and I've looked up and down your power ratings to see your schedule and your scores and things like that. Not a lot of runs allowed this season. She's solid in there, but when they are putting it in play, that defense is right there behind her.
Yeah, I think she has a sub-1 ERA.
Right.
With the lineup that we play is it's pretty tough. But she's backed up by, in my opinion, the best center fielder in 3A, and Allison Brosette, defensive center fielder. She goes and gets every ball that's hitting the gap. She makes plays. She'll run down plays, but she's also got the arm to back it up. They're not going to run on her a lot. And you got the infield is very solid. We got a freshman at short that's going to be one of the best shortstops in the state when it's all said and done. Third baseman and sophomore McKinley Miller that can play. Second baseman Nat and our first baseman Ricky Nitz has been in the lineup since she's an 8th grader. They know how to play, and she's got which is odd with our defense. We rotate catchers every game. It's something that you don't see often.
Right.
But I got 2 girls that can play at this high of level. Riley Ryan and Ashley Belgard, and they rotate in, and Liv and Addison on the mound work well with both of them, and they do tremendous jobs. So the defense behind her works well, and we got the St. Pay sisters in the outfield with Kennedy Hines out there too. We rotate 5 outfielders up there that can go play at any level. So it's good.
And the beauty of that too is that just builds for that future and continues this thing on. So that oftentimes you'll see if one player graduates, the team drops off a little bit, but when you're able to do that, that builds for the future.
Correct. We lost all-state shortstop and Maddie Sinclair, who's playing at Mississippi College
right
now. She started since she was a 7th grader. She graduated last year, and Rosalie slipped right in that those shoes, the big shoes to fill. She's progressed well in those situations, and we have I think we got 4 seniors now, and we got 4 juniors, and we're going to pick up a crop of junior high kids coming in. And they work in our system from the 5th and 6th grade level. We put in our offense and our defensive schemes, everything like that. We run with our junior high programs, and they've bought in. That's big. Our community's bought into what we want to do, and it just keeps rolling through.
That's such an interesting point too, because you don't see that all over. You see it some in football, you see it some in different programs, but to sit back and say, hey, our softball program is buying into that just speaks volumes.
Yep. We when I got to Buckeye, that's what I want to do is put my hand on the feeder programs to get them, our 5th and 6th grade, just to let them play different positions, go out there, have fun, but make sure they're playing, high intensity ball. And then when they get to 7th and 8th grade ball, that they start incorporating what we do on a daily basis, the same drills, same terminology, whatever the situations call for, how we set our lineups, everything like that, the pitching rotations, all that stuff like that, we set up pretty heavy in 7th and 8th grade. And so when they get to high school, it's just another year. They're just rolling through. It's just a different opponents at that time that they're facing.
Talk to us a little bit about E.D. White. That's your opponent in the semifinals.
E.D. White's a very, very good program. Very good. Coach Dardar does a great job with them. We played them in the quarters last year. We were lucky enough to catch a few breaks at the end and end up beating them 3-2. They had a 2-0 lead on us in the sixth. And we caught up a little bit on them and made some plays at the end, and we were lucky enough to move on. That could have been E.D. White in that same situation,
right,
going to Sulphur and winning it. So they're a very good program. They returned most of that lineup. They got a shortstop, Northwestern signee, Bicknell. She's the real deal. She's going to lead off for them. And they got two pitchers that can throw out there and get outs in any situation, mix it up. However they want to throw it. It's going to be a tough matchup for us to go in there. It's going to be one of the best games on Friday for sure.
Looking forward to it without a doubt. What do you do to get your girls relaxed but focused here?
We just treated this like a normal game week. We had a good practice on Monday, good hard defensive-minded practice on Monday, come out Tuesday, more offensive-minded, working on stuff, some live BP things. And today we just dotted the I's, crossed the T's, did a little walkthrough for about 45 minutes or so, and gave them the day off and let them be ready to go tomorrow. We leave out tomorrow morning. So
y'all will head out in the morning. Well, Coach, best of luck to you. We look forward to talking to you again after that semifinal game, if you'd allow us to do that.
Absolutely.
Again, congratulations on what you've built before, but those two are behind you. Let's go out and get this one.
Thank you. Yeah, those two mean nothing. They're just rings in a box on my counter now. We got to move on to the next one. It doesn't matter what we did in the past. Those Alexis Smith, Signing Blues, they're not coming in to play this game today. We got to move on. So that's the mindset we're going to take.
There you go. Well, head coach Justin Kees sits